Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.
Enter full screen.
You got to go full screen.
I've entered full. Wow, that picture is. Is your picture as glorious as mine is?
It is. It is. And you know what I just discovered in this, which I refuse to turn on, by the way? Zoom has a feature in here that if you go into the settings on the video, it says, touch up my appearance. And so you can click that, and it'll literally like...
Can we do it live right now on the show?
Do it right now. So if you
How do we do it? So what do I do?
So go into the settings on video, and down the check boxes, you're going to see a box that says, touch up my appearance. Do you see it there?
Video settings. Okay. Touch up my appearance.
Do you see it? So what it's doing
is... Am I soft?
Yeah. So it's taking away all the the splotchies, the lines, whatever. So right now, this is our glamour episode. This is it.
Glamour. Are we going to stick glamour, or are we going to show them who we really are?
Let's show them who we really are.
Okay, we're turning off.
We're turning it off. We're not going to stay in that touch up my appearance mode. Never.
No. Then we're lying to our fans.
Exactly.
Sorry, I did it again. Sorry, Dr. Jansen. We don't have fans.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we're lying to the people who happen to stumbled upon our show.
We're lying to our parents and those few people that check us out every now and then. But I think that turning off touch up appearance is a good setup for what I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Which is, if we're really going to show our scars, and we're showing what's going on, I'm going to struggle my way a little bit through today's podcast for two reasons.
Okay.
One, I've done something to the middle of my back. It's a little not okay. And so I'm doing the total RoboCop, where if somebody asks me a question over here, you kind of got to go, oh, what? Oh, what? So that's one.
Okay.
And then two, just the other day, I got bit by a mosquito outside on my ring finger.
Oh, God.
And so it's...
Oh, my God.
It's puffing up
Jacob.
Around my ring.
Look at your finger.
I know. So if you want to tune in...
What have you done?
It's very uncomfortable.
This is what you get for being married. If you weren't married,
That's
you wouldn't
what
have a wedding
my
ring.
wife. I told my wife, I said, this is your fault.
Yes. It's her fault.
I'm not going to cut the ring off, but I've been doing everything I can. It actually looked like 10 times worse than this morning. But I've had it in a cup of ice water. And I put Benadryl topical on top of it, but it looked really bad earlier to the point where I was like, I should probably go get this thing cut off. But I'm doing okay now. I will survive. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm not wearing my ring actually, and this is a
scoundrel.
I'm a scoundrel. But I'm doing this at the command. I won't even say it's not even a request; it's a command. At the command of my wife.
Oh, well.
As odd as it sounds, she also is not wearing hers. I think it's she wants to see other people.
That's fair. Hey man, we're the Biofriendly Podcast. You got to see some people.
So she wants to see other people that she feels like I have to. If I feel like I can see other people, that it's okay.
Yes.
So we're not wearing it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, children. That's a silly joke.
It's just a joke.
No, it's because when we first started this, all of the washing of the hands. And it was drying out our fingers, right?
Right.
And so she has hand sanitizer, not hand sanitizer. She has the hand lubrication stuff, the creams, the lotion. She has lotions.
Right.
And so we have lotions in different spots, and you put the lotion on so your hands don't feel like they're just going to burn off and die from all the washing.
Right.
So after a while, she was like, "This is ridiculous. We can't keep washing our hands and having to deal with these rings all the time. So let's just agree that while this is going on and we're hand sanitizing, washing, you don't have to wear a ring, and I still love you and we're still married." And I said, okay.
I think that's a great plan because my wife was fortunate enough. She had already taken hers off, so she doesn't have the mosquito bite problem. So clearly it's just me now. So after this thing goes down, this thing is gone, baby.
Yeah.
It hurts so much.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know.
Okay.
I guess it's like the worst place the mosquito could have possibly.
I know. Anyway, he didn't want me to be married.
Were you just outside enjoying the fireworks on Memorial Day that were going on everywhere?
Yes, I was outside looking and admiring at all the people that shouldn't be outside. No, I just enjoying the. We've had some beautiful weather for the past few days, as you know, and so lots of outside time, lots of. Enjoying the 3-day weekend the best we can. And so, I think the mosquito saw the ring and was just like, that man will be mine. And I'll make sure to get rid of that ring. Mosquitoes like me. They always have.
You can't help when you're attractive. You can't help when you've got something that others want.
Yep.
And every once in a while, you're going to get a stalker mosquito. That's just Jacob. That's going to be your life now.
Yeah, and
you're famous now. You have fans, despite everything.
Fans. So,
everything Matthew Jansen said.
Dr. Jansen, you better listen up. Mosquitoes like this show, and they like me. Okay.
Yes, and there's a lot more mosquitoes than people. I think. Yeah. Probably.
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, one thing about today's show that the audience already listening is probably noticing is it's just you. It's just me.
It's just us, folks.
It's just us. It's just the OG gang. It's the Noel and Jacob.
It's been a lot of episodes with people.
Oh, yeah.
With guests, which is great. And I think they've been some of our best stuff because I feel like we've been delivering the goods.
We have been bringing out some hot stuff, some fun stuff. We've had some really different perspectives. We've had some very informative ideas and things. And so I know the audience has really greatly, enjoyed that. And we have more guests to come. There's definitely more coming down the pipeline. But this
we're not dead yet.
Well, but this week we decided we were like, let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to where we began.
There is a certain charm, according to articles.
To my mom.
To what my mother said.
Yeah.
There's a certain charm to the idiocy and fun that you and I have with each other. I think when we do these shows sometimes. And every once in a while, I think we can't lose that. I think we got to come back every so often and just tell our guests, go stick it in your ear.
Yeah.
Your ear. Stick it in your ear. I said ear.
Stick our podcast in your ear.
In your ear. And listen, because it's great stuff.
Because it's good stuff. we know what we're talking about here.
Well, and we're just gonna take this one. We're just gonna take this one on our own. And I think this is a chance for you and me to catch up with the audience and say hi.
I agree.
Let them know how we're feeling.
It's a moment for us to stop because if you think about since we've started the Zoom podcast, since we've done this for months now. We in the early days we were still finding our footing. You were hanging your microphone on a laundry basket, now look at us. We got crazy. Like a professional setup here, and
even remote. Professional setup.
Remote, and we've
there's
been
a guitar
sharing
on your wall for God's sakes.
I know it's right there. I'm never gonna play it.
I have a picture of a bridge.
Yeah,
this is like, come on.
We have curtains. We have sideways microphones.
Sideways, and they're good sounding microphones. We sound half decent.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Sound not too bad.
So we're real now, but just because we're real doesn't mean we won't get real.
Oh. We will stop being polite and start getting real.
There's been too much politeness on this show. Been too much understanding. Been too much care. We've been telling people, don't worry about it. Take it easy. We're good. This is a lightweight. It's easy entry. And no more.
No more. That's it. We lured you in. We lured you in. It's been 15 months of nothing but positivity and uplifting, but today's the day that we rip off the Band-Aid and we go dark. This whole show is going to be nothing but the bummer run.
We are your beacon of hate. in a dark, dingy,
stormy,
formerly once bright environment that we were ruining.
Oh,
wouldn't it be hilarious if we just did an entire 180 on our company slogan? If everything was just what we were going with, changed our minds. So you build up a whole audience. You get all these people who are listening who are like, oh, good, I love the show, I'm ready. Okay. And then you just say, by the way, we flipped it.
It would become the greatest conversation piece for everybody who listens to the show. They'll be like, look, they had me at season 1, okay? But they went full Game of Thrones and just torched the place.
We did.
Oh, we kid as always, ladies and gentlemen. We'll always be loving.
We're still your beacon of light in a gloomy environment. We're still here to love. That's it. That's all we can do. We're really not good at hate, are we?
No. We're not. We're only good at joking about it and then retracting and saying we were just
and then
kidding.
Apologizing. I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry.
We were so sorry.
We said a lot of sorries with us. We'll be good,
So sorry. Yeah. This show's been funded by Canada.
But today, how you been otherwise? How are you surviving this pandemic?
I'm good. I think I've got it down to a science, as they say. I feel like you start to know, all right, this is what the week has before me and how to get the food in the house and when to say, hey, you know what, let's order something just to cut loose from the cooking at home, getting down to the rhythm of dishes and laundry and everybody sharing the same space. So I'd say after it's been 10 weeks, I think we got it down.
10 weeks.
I think so.
Can you believe it's been 10 weeks? I never imagined, and it's probably naive of me, but I was like, okay,
see it a month.
Be 3 weeks, maybe a month. If it's real bad, maybe 6 weeks.
Right.
10 weeks, and we still got more to go.
We still got more to go.
Still got more to go. Although it's lightening up.
It is.
I'm very happy to hear that it seems like in most places the health geniuses are saying it looks like we may have kind of gone over the peak, and we're getting back to the real world again.
It does seem like it's lightening up, and what I appreciate is I love to see lightening up, but still the very respectful mask wearing, social distancing. When you go out in public and you see people that are like, "Hey, even though we know it's lightening up, I still take this very seriously." And when you see that, you're like, "Yes, we're all trying to be safe. We're all trying to be careful with the hand washing and taking good care of each other." But yeah, it's nice to see a little bit more activity.
I know it's probably very, very frustrating for a lot of people, and I dig that. You have to go outside and wear a mask, and you have to do these things. You're like, well, you're infringing on my rights. This is how dare you? And I feel you, I hear you, but I appreciate that you're all finding a way to be kind and nice to each other and wear a mask anyway and do all these things anyway and to try your best, because it seems like most people are trying their best.
I think so.
When I'm outside,
at least the people that we know are trying their best, which is good. It just means that we've surrounded ourselves with kind, loving, wonderful people that really,
But I'm not around anyone I surrounded myself with, though. So these are just random weirdos, but they're being pretty cool.
Well, it means that even the people that you didn't surround yourself with, the random weirdos, are pretty cool. So
that's great.
That's a good.
The random weirdos are cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So you're doing good. How about you?
Same? Yeah, good. Yeah, we're good. Today was graduation day for my son.
Oh, just like congratulations. Bonkers. That's awesome.
So now before we go too excited, it was a 5th grade graduation. Yes. So he's graduating to middle school. So It wasn't like his senior year graduation, which I know a lot of parents now are pretty bummed out about, and a lot of kids are bummed out they're not getting a big ceremony. But I'll say that they did a pretty good job, I thought, of trying to make it work virtually for these kids in 5th grade, and I think my son was really excited. When it was done, we did a big hooray and a hug, and we took some pictures in front of his old school and pictures in front of his next school. And
that's so cool. You did it right.
And he wanted Jersey Mike's. Tonight he'll probably want pizza. So we're kind of spoiling.
Yeah, you got to
a little bit. Yeah,
you gotta spoil. Yeah. That's great. Well, it's still very special.
And tomorrow my daughter graduates, and of all the rotten years, my daughter is an 8th grader. She's going into high school. So both my kids were in like a transition year.
Wow.
And they're both doing virtual graduation. So if I had had a 3rd kid when we were immediately married that was in high school, I would have had the trifecta. But
you would have had the trifecta, and you would have had to go play some bets, I think, with that kind of luck. But tomorrow will be another special day.
Another special day.
Yeah.
And then she'll pick the restaurants.
I love it.
We'll spoil her a little bit.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this right now, and I have no right to say it, but if you were a senior graduating this year, I think you have every right to show up to any class of 2021 ceremony and just mooch
just
off.
Crash it.
Crash it. Just go.
Get your cap, get your gown.
Go.
Just wait in line.
Why not? Just
wait in line.
They don't have your name on a list, but you know what? You deserve to have it too. So in 2021, just show up, and then if they go, sorry, are you graduating this year? No, I graduated last year, but I didn't get one of these. So
when they say someone else's name and it's your turn in line, just walk up, wave to your parents, wave to grandma, grandpa. I did it. Grab someone else's diploma and someone else's. Let them just turn the tassel to the other side of your hat. Get your photo. Get out. And I want the dean of all those schools to look out in the crowd and go, it seems like there's twice as many students here today. What? It's a lot of old familiar faces here. And you know what? Yeah. Don't stop at 2021. Do it again in 2022 because you deserve extra graduations for what you went through.
This has been promoted and supported by the Biofriendly Podcast. As many times as you want to go to a graduation ceremony, you go.
Graduation's personal. And I think that you should have as many graduations as it takes for you to fill that hole.
2021 to 2030.
Keep showing up.
Do them all.
Keep showing up. You're Matthew McConaughey. You keep getting older. They keep staying the same age.
Yes,
but
exactly.
You keep showing up.
Well done. I love it. Back to the old tangential, but worth it. Noel and Jacob.
It's been a long time since I've got to just sit here and chew the fat with you on live podcast, Jacob.
It's true, because we normally are, when you have guests, we can clown around a little bit, but we kind of got to be like, all right, we value their time. let's get to the nitty gritty. But I don't value your time at all.
No, and nor should you. No. Why would you do something as stupid as valuing my time?
That's preposterous.
No, well, we know the rules. You and I know the rules.
Yes.
We set up our schedule. We block out the time for podcast, and in that time, I'm yours.
All bets are off.
Whatever happens, happens. We just do what we got to do.
Right back at you, pal.
Yeah, thanks, pal. Well, I was gonna say something there though, but it's gone.
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
If you love a thought, you got to let it go, and if it comes back to you,
then it was real.
meant to be.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, that being said, as you wonder what that thought might be, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what we're gonna talk about.
Well, we have a topic.
Yeah, we do. No. Actually, it's funny because I
remember what it was. What? Shush, because I'm going to forget again because I can't remember anything anymore ever since being under quarantine. We have great guests. We've been very blessed on this show. Hashtag.
Absolutely.
Like that we've been somehow, like you do a few episodes of the show for a while and then like it gets out there and suddenly you start saying to people, hey, we want guests. And like real guests show up, like real people. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
So every time we have a guest, I feel like we can't do as much of what we do with our little tangential, but worth it because I feel like these people actually have no business. They're way too big to be on our show.
Right.
So we got to give some respect.
Yes, I agree 100%, and that's what we do. And it turns out great. The show turns out great, and what little taste that they get of us. They usually after the show they go, "That was fun. That was a lot of fun." So I think
just the right amount.
The Biofriendly Podcast has that little bit of impression that we left on all those guests because pretty much every guest
they've all asked to come back.
They have, and I've kept in touch with them. Once the episode released, they were pleased as punch, and they have followed up with messages and so we have a lot of really great support. And so I feel like that it'll be nice to have a lot of these people back. At some point.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to keep finding ways to stop you from getting to the point.
Well, I think that would be the greatest name of this episode is it's the Biofriendly Podcast, and it's Noel stops the podcast subject, or Noel refuses. It's like Grover from Sesame Street. Do not turn to the last page of this book. You will not allow us to get to the subject.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's not a groundbreaking subject, but I stumbled across it by accident.
Do you know what is groundbreaking, Jacob?
What?
I'm just kidding.
That's more of those like auto Noel sound bites that I need to be able to play. Like I want to have one of those sound boxes that podcasts have, like radio shows have, where you can play like pre-recorded. And I need to have like Noel interruptions.
Then we need to Princess Leia me. We need to get the digital version of me in the thing made that looks. It looks like me. It sounds like me. It probably is me, but it's not me. And then you've just put in the little and then you've got a show. Then we've got a hit, my friend. 2021. We're gonna pull out all the stops. All the technology is gonna come out, and just you wait. Right now we're using half the technology, but next year
and half
all
our
the
brains.
Technology. Yeah, and all the brains next year.
The
other half of the brain. we used the one half. Then we use the other half. Maybe the next year we'll use half of both.
We alternate. We alternate. Right. Every other year we use the other side of the brain. Is that the deal? Okay.
Well, I was thinking like if or we use like maybe like we do the back of the brain. Like no one ever talks about my rear brain, my front brain.
Your butt brain?
Yeah.
We've tortured our audience long enough.
They've been listening to this for like 20 minutes.
They're like,
and we have not talked about the environment at all.
What are we talking about today?
I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay. I love it. It makes me laugh and it brings back good memories, good times.
Yeah,
I, for the third time, stumbled upon this by accident because I saw an article about Oprah Winfrey. She was investing $250 million in this company called Appeal, and Appeal spelled as an APEL.
Okay.
And so I was just reading about that. That's not what we're talking about. It kind of segued me. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Appeal. They've created this. It's a plant and fruit based film that can be wrapped around all fruits individually, and it will preserve them from oxidization and water leaking out of it so that the fruit will last 10 times as long. So they show examples of like a strawberry sitting out on a counter and then one that has the appeal. And this is a biodegradable, like plant-based seal that just kind of withers away on its own. So if you had strawberries out, it showed like after 2-3 days, the strawberries are already turning, and then the other ones are like staying, right? So this is a way to prevent food that you've bought for your home from spoiling too quickly. So this company has got a lot of investment, which is very cool. But what it got me interested in was, I know that you have probably experienced, and so many people on lockdown have experienced. We've talked about food waste before. We've talked about composting before.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about food upcycling. We've never talked about the idea of food upcycling.
So taking food, turning it into the Millennium Falcon, and then flying away.
Yes. I'm so glad you got it.
Okay.
And I have for you right here, behind this curtain, the Millennium Falcon made out of croutons. No, the idea being, my sons, they will often not finish a meal, and so I will find a way to turn it into something else. And I started thinking about this concept, and then it turns out that there's an entire movement of upcycling food. That being like, if you cut up your vegetables, if you cut up your fruit, if you use up your bread, instead of thinking at the ends of the bread as just being discarded, instead of thinking of the stalks of broccoli as just in the trash, or the potato peels in the trash, it's ways to convert the food in your home into other meals, other dishes, other things that exist out there. So there exists the upcycling, let's see if I can have it right here. This is amazing. The Upcycled Food Association. This is already a thing. And this
Food Association.
The Upcycled Food Association. Yes.
Okay.
And they're already trying. Yes, the UFA. It's like the UFC, but not as violent.
2 letters earlier.
But 2 letters earlier.
Okay.
So these guys started this whole thing, and they're already trying to, when you go to the grocery store and you see the whole, FDA organic approved logo. These guys are already in the process of getting certified logo with the FDA to be on there to say certified upcycled.
Okay.
So this will become a thing that people will start to see in stores, hopefully in the next few years, where things that were considered to be waste and something you would throw away
are now a basket.
Well, actually more food. More food.
What?
Yes, more
That's
food.
impossible.
No, we've touched on this before, because remember with the cereal company, this was like a year ago, there was a cereal company that was taking their cereal waste and turning it into beer. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So that's an example of upcycling that we've touched on before.
So all of the food's going to be turned into beer.
You have to drink everything in your house.
Wow. That's brilliant.
Actually, on the list of things that I did find, I was like, wow, a lot of this does go into liquor. But well, that's what really caught my attention.
Well, because old food parts are going to ferment pretty nicely into whatever.
Exactly.
There's nothing like a little broccoli vodka to get your...
Broccoli vodka, dude. Yeah. That's it. No, but you know what I'm talking about when I say the things like, you have kids, you have food that you store-bought around the house, and would you say your kids are better than mine? But I'm saying the food that's left on the plate. Your kids probably clean up their food.
Okay, so Jaden's older, right? So older kids are always going to eat more than younger kids. It's just I think that's just the law of nature.
And a little less picky. You kind of can challenge them on different cuisines.
Yeah. Owen is like Ewan. I mean, Owen, like if he likes it, he'll eat all of it, more of it than you can possibly find to put in front of him. But if he doesn't like it, then he's gonna be like, I'm nothing hungry. So I know what you mean. I'm with you.
You know what I mean. And so for even for us, we'll have a dinner one night, and there'll be some leftover ingredients. I'll put it in a Tupperware, and then the next morning, no matter what it is, I'll try to find something creative, like whether I cook it up and put it in a wrap, or cook it up and put it in an omelet, or something like that. I'm just always trying to take the food that would normally just go in the trash and turn it into something that I can use again. Because food waste, as we've covered on the show a lot before, is a big problem in the United States specifically. Yeah. People tend to be really wasteful.
Right. But, well, and as we've talked about before, like we're not we're very particular about how it looks. And and where, and where you got it, and there's a lot. We're a very particular society. Like just because it looks a certain way doesn't mean it tastes the best, but we're used to it. Like if the apple's bright and shiny, then that's the right apple.
Yes.
Even if it isn't better than another apple.
You inadvertently just brought up another thing that was part of my research, which was the Imperfect Foods Company. Have you heard about this?
No.
So just like we did it reminded me of the whole Ugly Animals episode, which was, so there is food, grown fruits and vegetables all the time that are ugly, right?
Nice.
They have bubbly surfaces and they look weird, or it's like something that grew like in, trying to make the YMCA letters. It's just all over the place. Yeah. And people see it and they go, ugh. Because we have this thing about not only our animals have to be attractive, but our food has to be attractive too.
That does not look like ginger.
Right. It has to look a certain way.
All ginger roots must be gorgeous. Right. Have you ever seen a ginger root though? They're so ugly.
They are so ugly, and you should allow them to be as ugly as they want to be. And beyond.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about, and you nailed it, because there is a company called Imperfect Foods, and their whole mission, they've only been around for about 5 years, is it's one of those mail to your doorstep boxes of food services.
Oh, cool.
And so they're taking every single discarded ugly fruit, vegetable thing.
Oblong tomatoes and
and they're
apples that already look
you.
like they're bit. Yeah.
Yep. And they're making sure that like no matter what, you're gonna get fed, even if it is the weirdest looking food you've ever seen in your life. So I thought that was cool.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's very bio-friendly.
Yes, very bio-friendly.
We can get behind that. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a sampler or something, like signing up for like a 30-day, see what it's like, just to see
get one of those guys on the show.
Yeah.
Or girls.
That's a great idea. We should definitely let's
I want to be Texan, Jacob. This is another tangent, but I'm realizing that in California we call everybody guys.
Yeah, we
Notice that?
Yeah.
Like if there's a group of people, it's the guys, but like in Texas they say y'all.
Yeah.
Which I'm starting to think. At first, I thought, no, you can't say that puts you into a locale. I don't know. I think y'all is the way to go, because y'all is. What do y'all think? Instead of what do you guys think?
I love y'all, and I actually still say it some. I still say it
because you're an Oklahoma boy,
Okie roots. So I still, if we want to start throwing out y'all,
I just think that y'all might be the way to go, because it's all inclusive. It's y'all inclusive.
I don't care if you agree with this or not, but we're y'all inclusive.
That's at the end. We are okay. You got it. We are y'all inclusive.
That is great, and that is T-shirt worthy.
Yeah,
y'all inclusive.
The Biofriendly Podcast. Good. It's y'all inclusive.
Y'all inclusive. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Please dial it into inception that into the back of your mind, so that when we get to the end of the show today, we cannot forget that one. All the others can go at this point. I can't let go of that one.
I'm cheating.
You're going to write it down?
Yes, good. I'm going to write it down.
Yeah. I'd say that's not cheating at this point. But while you're writing that down, I'm going to give a list. This is pretty cool, about some companies that are taking this upcycled food. By the way, they're saying there's an article here. This is pretty cool, just so you know. All right, reducing food waste has the potential to draw up to 94 gigatons of CO2 out of the atmosphere, making it the single most effective solution to climate change. How we go about creating this solution is multifaceted, with traditional projects being funded through donations, and upcycled food bringing a new consumer-driven solution in the forefront. A number you may not have heard is $46 billion. That's the value of the economy around reducing global food waste in 2019. So this whole food waste is a business. So for all you entrepreneurs and business minded and finance driven folk out there, I want y'all to know that this is a lucrative trajectory for a business plan, looking into ways that you can reduce food waste and upcycle food. So I'm going to give you some examples of places that did it.
How many gigatons?
94 gigatons.
94 gigatons. So how many trips can you take in the DeLorean back in time with that much carbon reduced?
3.
Because it's 1 point. It's quite a few.
I don't know how many gigawatts go to gigatons.
How many gigatons in a gigawatt? It's got to be. We got to figure that out. If we can get somebody, if we can get one of our geniuses on the audience to break that down for us as to how many gigawatts there are in a gigaton.
Call now.
Yeah, call now and let us know because we want to break down
and let us know, please.
Really, because we're not actually looking. Here's you could say 94 gigatons, and people go, "Wow, that's a lot of carbon reduced." But I think for people to really truly understand how much that is, we should break it down in trips back in time.
Yes. I actually think that Back to the Future should be a unit of measure for everything. Like how many Biffs equal 3 gallons?
Oh my God!
How many?
Yes. How many Calvin Kleins?
How many Calvin Kleins
in a bucket of paste?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in. You can only reference anything. Oh, that's about 5 Doc Browns long.
Yeah. Oh no, he's only 7 Martys away.
Oh, he's only 7 Martys away. Oh, that's good.
I love it. But I do. If somebody in our audience could break down exactly what that means, what 94 gigatons means in trips back in time. How many times can Doc Brown get back, and how far back even?
Yes.
If you want to break it down that way.
Are we talking dinosaurs? Are we talking Billy the Kid? I want to know. Bill and Ted want to know.
Bill and Ted want to know.
They want to know.
Someone can figure it out, right? Because you figure out how much energy is there in carbon dioxide, and it's fine. Someone can figure this out.
Yeah.
We got a brain somewhere to do this.
Yeah. Somewhere.
I'm sorry. That was a terrible tangent.
Wonderful tangent. It's what they want to hear.
It's what our solo episodes are about.
Yeah. So here's just a fast. I'm not going to bore you with a long list, but here's some companies that are taking advantage of this whole upcycling movement. And this is all. Like if you go and you look at upcycled food, this is all within the past 2-3 years. This is a very brand new movement. And so it's pretty exciting. There's a company called White Mustache, Brooklyn-based yogurt company. They use surplus.
Oh, I get it.
Yes, white
mustache. Because you get yogurt on your mustache.
Exactly.
And it's now a white mustache. That's gross. That's great.
That's gross. This is a Brooklyn-based yogurt company that uses surplus fruit and whey, a byproduct of yogurt production that is often tossed to make probiotic tonics and frozen yogurt probiotic pops.
Probiotic, for those of you who don't understand, is like you've heard of biotics, like you get bacteria in your body, right? And so people go like, oh my God, I've got an infection. There's bacteria. I need to take my antibacterial. I need to get this crap out of me because I'm gonna die of an infection of bacteria. Well, probiotics are the not. What was that?
Somebody throwing a book down at your. He's talking about probiotics again.
That is crazy. Something totally collapsed in my house. I don't know what it is.
I'm sure everybody's fine.
Are the good. That's the good bacteria because you actually have a lot of bacteria in your body that's useful. That's really good stuff that you need, and so yogurts are really good at refilling the probiotics, the good bacteria that your body needs.
This is why we keep you on the show because you have these answers.
That's what I'm here for, folks.
That's what you're here for. I just had a funny thought in my mind. You know how there was I think it was a TV series called The Bionic Man. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be funny if there was a show called The Probiotic Man, and all he did was eat yogurt. It's the Probiotic Man. He's like, hey.
That's great.
All right.
Probiotic Man.
Probiotic Man. Ground rules. Oh, wait, go ahead.
I just want to see his outfit.
You want to see his outfit?
Yes, what he would look like.
Would it be... He would be dressed kind of like a Yoplait cup, I think, that has the aluminum top and a white, so it'd be like a white suit, but you'd have maybe like a shiny cap. I don't know.
I saw it. That's him. I now see him. You've just described him. Now I know who.
That's Probiotic Man. Okay, next company.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I feel like I'm a little tired. Like I'm missing half my. Like I'm literally only using half my brain.
No, that's why we're here. We're here to, and that's the thing. Is honestly, does it really matter if I get through this list? No, it doesn't. We're just having fun, and they've already tuned out.
They're gone. So they don't care. So it's just us entertaining each other at this point.
Look, let's be honest. We spent 20 minutes up top just talking. So the only people listening now are the diehards, and it really doesn't matter where we go at this point.
No. Yeah, so. They know all this anyway. They've been here long enough.
Everybody who listens literally is like, yeah, white mustache, I get their probiotic pops all the time.
Yes, of course they do.
All right, so then there's Ground Rules. They're using imperfect and leftover fruits and vegetables in San Francisco, and they use it to make chips. So isn't that kind of cool? They make naked beet chips, sweet potato, and apple chips out of all the leftovers. Huh. Then Watermelon Water. But this company has totally spelled it like that app spelling that we always love to make fun of.
Yeah.
Which is watermelon is spelled WTRMLN. So it's watermelon.
That's the future.
Yep.
They're here. They've arrived.
And then their spelling for water is WTR. So it's watermelon water.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't waste our time.
We don't need vowels. We don't need your stinking vowels.
No.
So they take the ugly watermelons that people always throw away, and they use that to make flavored water out of them because people are always like, I don't want to eat this. They turn it into like tasty, fruity water.
Fruity water. Cool.
Yep.
Probably tastes like watermelon water.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm guessing.
And then
I'm taking a punt here. Watermelon flavored water.
It is. You're really going out on a limb to guess that one. This one's cool. Regrained. This was a big one. I saw them a lot. They take spent grains created as a byproduct of brewing beer, and they turn them into protein bars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. That's good upcycling. I like that. That's useful. And I like the word. I like the phrase "spent grains."
Yeah, spent grains.
That sounds like a. I don't know. That sounds like a basketball player who's just like he's played 3 overtimes. And he's just throwing up garbage at this point.
Welcome
just trying to get to the end of the game.
Larry Spent Grains Johnson.
Yeah, and he's the best. But God, 4 overtimes and you still got him in the court. He's never come out. It's like, of course he's going to be spent grains. You got to give spent grains. That guy's spent grains at this point.
Oh my God, this is so funny. And then there's a bunch of others. I will link them on the painless screen, but everything from scraps frozen food, which takes, broccoli leaves, excess or bruised basil leaves, and they put them into sauces for their pizza. And then, there's just a lot of great stuff out there. So anyway, you should definitely look into some upcycle foods. But now you're asking yourself, Jacob, what can I do at home?
What can I do at home?
What are the solutions that I can do to upcycle food in my house?
What are the solutions I can do to upcycle food at my house?
Right? Okay. So here I'm going to throw a few at you, and then the rest, they're going to be on the painless screen. So if you're not on the painless screen Facebook group, these will be on there. So make sure you go check that out. Go find us and join.
Search for the painless screen on Facebook and join us and say hello.
Yes. So you could... carrot peels, potato skins, and celery tops. You could turn that into a homemade stock for broth.
Carrot peels, celery tops, and
potato skins.
And potato skins. Oh, that'd be kind of good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you could make yummy potato peel chips out of your potato scraps. So you could take the peels and you could bake them and turn them into chips.
So you could make like all the chips that I used to throw away as a kid because they look too gross.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. So, and then keep the tree trunks.
It's a little environmental humor for those of you out there. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, never. You're apologizing like a Canadian right now.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Where was I? I've lost my place.
The chips. We just went through the potato chips that are the peels, and you turn them into chips.
There we go.
And then eat them.
Okay, keep the green trunks of your broccoli. They make for a delicious soup. So just search for a broccoli stock soup.
That's good.
Here's a few more. I'll go to fruit scraps. Make jam from apple peels and cores. You can also do this with strawberry tops and apricot peels. That's
actually an interesting point. Because apple cores, they're like that is probably the most thrown away thing in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That and the end, that little part of the banana.
Yes.
At the end, after you've eaten the whole banana, and then that little thing that you don't eat that comes out of the peel at the end.
That nub.
The part that's made of pure poison.
Yeah, the banana nub. They have two funny things in here that for bananas that don't have to do with upcycling them, but I thought it was funny. So I will say, this is so weird. Rub the soft side of a banana peel on the leaves of houseplants. It shines them up, removes dust, and it's great for their plant health. I had no idea. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it says drop a few banana peels into a bucket of water and let it sit for days. This will become a potassium and phosphorus-rich compost tea for your garden and houseplants. So not for you to drink, but if you're gardening. So you probably don't want...
But it's upcycling.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
It is.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea. Feed your plants
it's something I had never thought of before. I mean, you obviously don't want to have banana water sitting in a bucket in your house because I have a feeling that would stink. But if you have like a yard or a patio or something like that and you have a lot of houseplants, apparently it's very good, potassium-rich, phosphorus-rich for your plants. So that's more upcycling for you.
That was some solid banana tips.
Yeah, and then the very last ones I'll say is bread crusts and crumbs turn dried breast crust... I can't say that. Sorry, that almost came out wrong.
Dry breast crusts are the only breast crusts I'll eat.
Turn dried bread crusts into croutons and breadcrumbs. So you could basically let them harden and add those to soups or salads.
Instead of going to the store to complete your Caesar salad, you just wait.
Yep. There you go. So that's just some... you just wait.
Just wait. They're not all... Good jokes, folks.
They're not all zingers, ladies and gentlemen. No, but essentially, I mean, that's the... So when I saw the thing about a peel and the preservation of fruit, I knew that when it comes to food, especially over the past few months that we've been doing this, food has been a much larger part of my life, as I'm sure it has been for you, because life on the go, our typical American life, is you grab something in your house, and then you rush out the door, and then you pick up lunch, and then you get home, and everybody's too busy, and you go, we'll just go get dinner somewhere. But because that has become kind of a nice thing to do, to go pick up food, right? You're like, okay, we're going to go pick up the food. A lot more people have been forced to stock up on groceries, cook so much food at home, prepare, really figure that out. And I know for us... the hardest part is always like after you stock up the fridge and you're so proud, and then 5 days later you pull something out and you go, "Oh, it's already turned. I didn't even get a chance to eat it. I didn't eat it in time." So that is what I thought would be so helpful about this, is just finding ways to really make food stretch, use it in other dishes. And start keeping your eyes out for brands that are going to pop up in the store that will say, "Hey, this was made from upcycled pig fat," whatever.
Which who wouldn't upcycle pig fat? I mean, that's what I used to make my French fries.
Right, exactly.
Right, get out of the bacon.
Yeah,
come on,
gotta get it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
we're in.
So that was it. Baby.
I want to do a take 2 on my probiotics speech because
you were interrupted by a book. Slamming.
I don't know if that's what it was, or if I just was like I was in a brain cloud. I think I have a brain cloud.
No, you don't. This isn't Joe versus the volcano. Don't you dare go jump into a volcano.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Take 2 on probiotics.
Okay.
Think antibiotics, right? You get antibiotics to kill bacteria in your body so that you don't get sick and feel bad because you have an infection.
Right.
Probiotics help you grow bacteria, but the thing is it's helping you grow the bacteria you want. That's how I should have said it the first time. I'm sorry.
You did say it like that. It was just had a lot more words in between all the words.
I was stumbling and confused the whole time.
It was almost like you anticipated the noise, like a cat that runs before a quake. Like you knew that there was going to be a loud bang, so you were in the middle of the probiotic speech, and you're like, something's about to happen. Something's going to fall.
Something's a mess. Something's a miss. Something's a mess. Something's a mess. Probably. I'm going to go turn around and find out if I've got a bookshelf that's just now gone.
I know. I hope we don't end this podcast. We say goodbye. You log out of Zoom. You go in your kitchen, and the entire kitchen is collapsed.
It's gone. I'm laughing about this. Yeah. It's terrible.
It's so funny because I'm not sure if that really happened. All right.
This was fun,
I'm
Jacob.
sweating
Thank
so
you.
bad. Sorry, it's very warm back here. So
No, you're not sweating, Jacob. Someone like you doesn't sweat. You glisten.
I glisten, and this is why I refuse to use the Zoom touch up my appearance filter. I want them to see...
Because then people won't see you glisten.
Right. They need to see me glisten. They need to see me shine. And that's,
Absolutely.
That's what the Biofriendly Podcast is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, upcycle your food and continue to listen to us because we are your beacon of light in a gloomy environment.
Not just charismatic megafauna.
greater parasympathetic nerve activity.
Nature's perfect. Just look at eggs.
Dolphins don't quit.
And I think
this is all. Yeah.
Y'all inclusive.
Y'all inclusive.
We are y'all inclusive.
That's my.
Right? Is that all of them?
That one is on the highest list of phrases that we've come up with on the show.
Yeah, there's going to be some all-time ones. At some point, we're going to have to come back and do, like, years from now, we'll take our best from every year. Because I feel like sound years ahead of the competition is also a
sound years ahead of the competition. I've missed that one. I think about it often.
Yeah.
And then we had one from the Shelby episode that we threw on, and now we haven't used it as much because I don't know.
Yeah, well, because I think we found out that it was a more common usage than I thought. Because I
remember now. It's the one where I said without further ado. So we don't need that when we decided to scrap it. But y'all inclusive goes into if we opened up the trophy room of tags, we have Beacon of Light, which is what you see when you enter.
I mean, yeah.
And then you see sound years, and then y'all inclusive gets it's
gonna probably be
gets its own podium in there.
Yeah, it's good.
So it's a good one.
Well, pal, you're beautiful. You're
beautiful. So good to see you, and it was fun to laugh and just be our rascally selves.
It was. I know it probably drives a portion of our audience insane, but we need this every once in a while. We need this.
We need
to just chatter about nonsense for 30 to 45 minutes.
We sure do. We just like our show helps you in some ways, it also helps us. So just let us have these every night.
I mean, God, we're on week 10 of a quarantine. Just like,
just let us laugh.
Don't think just because we're coming to work every day and doing this for you, we're not still in quarantine.
Exactly. Every now and then you got to
starting to lose our minds.
Yeah. And we found out Noel might have lost his kitchen, so we'll let him go check. We'll see you next time, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody.
My finger's swelling.
It's the Biofriendly Podcast. It's the Biofriendly Podcast.